Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to close. And as they close, feel that tension is leaving your body in your outward breath. Simply by breathing in and breathing out, you're breathing in a powerful feeling of resourcefulness. And as you exhale, get the growing sense that things that are holding you back, any limitations, doubts, fears, insecurities are leaving your body in that outward breath, enabling you to go deeper and deeper relaxed, while simultaneously feeling more and more resourceful. As you release the tension around your eyes, your jaw, your neck and your shoulders, notice that you can also breathe deeper in and have that longer outward breath, enabling you to start to imagine your body getting lighter, freer. I want you to imagine a child holding a brightly coloured helium balloon. See the helium balloon just kind of waving from side to side. And I want you to get a sense of how it would feel if you imagine that your head was like a helium balloon, just kind of floating effortlessly, feeling so light and free, no tension in your neck or shoulders necessary, enabling you to breathe even deeper in and deeper out. That's it. I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a dream home of the future. Maybe this is a home of yours in a year's time, maybe 5 years' time, maybe 10 years' time. But allow the creativity and power of your imagination to just create a wonderful home, a beautiful home. And I want you to imagine that you are on one of the upper floors of this beautiful home. And the home is private, empty right now, even if other people also live there. But I want you to accept that this beautiful home is your home. And I want you to imagine standing at the top of a beautiful staircase. Very soon I'm going to ask you to walk down the staircase as I count down from 10 to 1. And with each descending number, you're going to feel 10% deeper and deeper relaxed. Releasing tension anywhere in your body. And the stairs, of course, represent you going to a deeper part of your imagination. Starting to count 10, taking a step down that beautiful staircase. Releasing any tension in the forehead, around the temple. 9, deep breath in, deep breath out. Another step down the staircase. Accepting that this beautiful home is your home, but a home of the future. 8, another step down the staircase. Perhaps you can see pictures on the wall, maybe portraits. Maybe see yourself as older, but there you are in the portraits. Maybe someone's with you in the portrait, and maybe there's several people in these family photos. As you continue to walk down the staircase, 8 goes to 7, even deeper relaxed. And I want you to notice as you walk down the staircase, the other things, the nice things in that home. Things that give you an idea of the success that you've created in your life. And then 6, releasing any tension in your neck and your shoulders all the way down your arms. Arms feeling limp, loose, heavy. Finding it easier to breathe in and breathe out. That's it. And then 5, even your internal organs start to relax. Your lungs are already relaxed, but imagine them even more relaxed. Activating the diaphragm so you can take a deeper breath in, a deeper breath out. Heart, stomach. And then 4, feeling the gut starting to relax as you take another step down the staircase. Deeper, deeper relaxed. That's it. Now your legs start to relax. 3 and then 2. Walking down the staircase. And I want you to imagine this is a wonderful home. And in this home, there's perhaps a pool or a spa area. And then 2 and then 1, just imagine you're at the bottom of the staircase. And I want you to walk towards this place of relaxation in your home. Perhaps by a pool or by a spa. I want you to imagine there is a very comfortable lounger, and just imagine that you're lying on that lounger. Just imagine the lighting, the sounds around you. Perhaps you can even hear some of the water. Sends you into a feeling of deep tranquility, calm and relaxation. So deeply relaxed that you can imagine falling asleep there on that lounger, in that spa area, in this beautiful future home. And I want you to reflect on this dream life that you've created just in your imagination. I want you to think of the qualities of the person that you're in a relationship with in this future version of you. What kind of person do they need to be like? Maybe it's the kindness, the generosity, maybe thoughtfulness. Maybe respect needs to be there and therefore they have to have accomplished certain things or be at a certain intellectual level. I want you to reflect on the dream life, the person you would need to be with to feel that you are living your dream. I want you to think about a typical day in the life of your dream life. Imagine that you're an influencer and people get to see a glimpse of your life. What would they see? What clothes would you wear? Where would you go on vacation? What do you do throughout the day, in your evenings? I want you to get a sense of the freedom that you have in this dream life. How do you spend your time? How do you spend your money? And I want you to feel an intense feeling of gratitude for the life that you've created. All the hard work, all the study, all the challenges, all of life lessons you needed to learn. You don't resent them because they were necessary. They were necessary because it created a pathway. Those people in life where things come too easy, they don't value that dream life. But I want you to reflect on the challenges of childhood, the disruption, the journey you've been on, which enhances your ability to truly appreciate this dream life. I want you to imagine that within your imagination, it's a date night with your partner. And even if the relationship has been for many years, I want you to see that the look of desire, appreciation, connection in the eyes, even after many years. Hear the words you need to hear to make you feel desired and desirable. The tonality to make you feel that loyalty, that connection. I want you to imagine that as part of this date night, you're receiving a gift. Imagine opening perhaps a box or a bag. There's something in there that makes you feel appreciated, wonderful, valued. And not just because of what it is or how much it cost, because of the thought that was connected to that gift. I want you to imagine you're now thinking about your impact on the world, perhaps in your career, perhaps in acts of generosity. I want you to think of how the world is improved by you being there and the value that you create in doing what you do in the way that you do it. Get a sense that lives are improved on the basis that you exist, and feel that wonderful feeling that comes from recognizing that. I want you to get a sense that even a dream life has challenges, but you have the resources to handle those challenges. Relationships have ups and downs, but you have that long-term focus to know that just like the seasons, spring follows winter. I want you to get a sense that there is a lot of love in this home, a lot of connection, freedom, appreciation. And I want you to imagine somewhere in this home is a photo album. Maybe it's digital, or maybe it's an old physical book with individual pictures. And I want you to imagine flicking through and then seeing images that represent a family. A family of happy memories, happy moments. Perhaps you were able to create a childhood you didn't quite experience yourself, but you can create that childhood for your child. I want you to get a sense that generosity has always been within you, but that generosity hasn't always been reciprocated. And I want you to get a sense as you look through that photo album that your acts of generosity have created a sense of karma in your life, that the more you've given, the more you've received, the more thoughtful you've been for other people, the more thoughtful people have been for you. Just within your imagination, while still fast asleep in that spa area in that home, I want you to imagine wandering around the home just in your imagination, evaluating what it took you to create this future. It wasn't easy, but that's why you value it so much. Maybe there were certain things you needed to invest in, certain things you needed to do, certain things you needed to learn. I want you to get a sense that it's becoming clearer to allow your intuition to guide you towards your dream life. Step one of a dream life is clarity. What do you want? And allow your unconscious mind to guide you towards it. Not knowing all the details because you don't need to. But just accepting that you deserve this life. You are capable of this life. And you are unlocking all of the resources required to manifest this dream life. If your unconscious mind accepts these suggestions as true, let me know by nodding your head. And then in your imagination, imagine going back to you in that spa area, climbing back into your body. Imagine getting up out of that lounger, admiring this place of relaxation. Perhaps going up to a room and imagine going into a walk-in closet and just seeing all the wonderful clothes you have, perhaps jewelry. I want you to imagine there's a bed there. And just imagine that as you climb into that bed, close your eyes, really deeply relaxed. And then feel that you're transferring to the present, accepting that this dream life is one of infinite possibilities. But by knowing what you want in a dream life, you unlock the resources required to create it. In the most challenging decisions of your life, you needed a compelling vision of the future to do what was necessary. And it didn't always happen exactly as you imagined it, but it didn't need to. It opened up the resources to do what was required to make progress. And this dream future is one of infinite dream futures possible for you. As you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose, feel like you're returning to the present, accepting that this dream life are thoughts within thoughts, ideas within ideas, dreams within dreams. As you return to the present, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're fully back in the present right now, listening to my voice as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken with a sense of clarity, motivation, inner belief, and a feeling of worthiness to know that your future is a wonderful future. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.